What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Average Gamer Guys, back at again. MTG Arena action, picking up where we left off. Outlaws of Thunder Junction Premier Draft. We've got a pretty interesting little deck, 2-in-1 here. If you want to go check out the draft and the build for this, we're blue, black, green with a really not a splash to white, but we could get it. We could get it. We have a couple of options to be able to do that. We're doing some fun stuff here. Razzle Dazzler, basically we have a lot focused around 2 spells per turn. We have a pretty good amount of, I would say, removal, which I have been pretty happy with. We have some pretty decent top end cards like Pillage of the Bog. We do have Crime and Punishment, which is pretty cool. And the Colossal Rattleworm. Double Rutstein is also very helpful. And overall, it's been pretty good. We've got some ways to reduce some plotting costs, which really is just mostly loan sharks here, and just a really low curve. We've been able to really do the 2 spells per turn quite often, especially with some of these lower cost removal spells, as well as being able to drop in a creature and or having the loan sharks available to us. Our mana has been, for the most part, okay. Got stuck in one game a little bit, but other than that, it's been pretty clean. Our only double pips here are Colossal Rattleworm and the Gigapede. Everything else we can cast pretty consistently. So let's see if we can pick up a handful more wins and get near the top end in this draft. Let's get to it. All right. So we're missing our third, but double Razzle Dazzler here is quite good. Do a little bit of that. We'll get our green going. Treasure Dredger early would be nice, just because we can generate some treasure tokens. Don't have a ton of good options here. Let's see what they pick here. Really not a good option. Maybe the Treasure Dredger or the Razzle Dazzler. Yep. Go to the Varmint. Yeah. We can find the black source. Pillage of the Bog could be pretty good. We unfortunately can't attack with the Varmint, but we're going to be able to Razzle Dazzle, and potentially this town isn't big enough, which could be okay here. Well, now we can plot the loan shark, or this is going to be pretty good. Now we'll definitely be able to get the other Razzle Dazzler in. Kind of hoping for a black source, because we could pillage as well. Sure. It's not great for us. Why would you not attack with the 3/4? Razzle our Dazzle here. Okay. A little color stuck here, so we need to find some way to get to black. They're playing the same color combos we are. Take the 1 here. Pylons is actually quite nice. And I will take a Seize the Secrets, I think. I can fake and this town ain't big enough. See what the blocks here are. So I'm choosing this. This town ain't big enough. Get an extra point of damage in here. Because the next turn I can varmint and pillage. Or actually varmint and seize. Which is pretty good for me. Oh, I can't varmint and seize. Shoot. Oh wait, yes I can. Do I want to land on top here? No reason not to attack. No reason not to attack here. So then next turn I can silver and loan shark. I'm going to respond by killing this thing. I had the mana open. I had the mana open, my friend. That ended up being a pretty good turn there. I think we would have been in, even if they don't end up making that the target. I'm kind of confused why they would pick the varmint. Maybe they didn't realize that I had the mana open to kill that. They're trying to get that out of the way so that this Red Rock Sentinel can stick. What would have been a better flow of that, if they still wanted to play this and had noticed I had the mana open, is throw from the saddle first and then kill that, because I don't really have a target for it, so that's not really much that they can do. They would have ended up being able to hit me for 4 plus 5 from the one drain. And yeah, I'm at 10 at that point, and they would have been back up to 10 with a 2/4 in the way. Not too terrible. The next turn would have been really interesting to see what we drew, but I would have had the option for Lone Shark and Silver Deputy to be able to run these out, getting an additional land, as well as Pillage of the Bog if I wanted to go that route. So that would have been able to get Razzle Dazzler up to a 5/6, be able to punch in for 5 damage. I could keep Lone Shark back, which has been pretty interesting. Red Rock Sentinel is actually kind of neat here. Sacrifice the land, draw a card, create a treasure token. So you're losing the land permanently, but you're not really losing the mana value. That's something I got to keep an eye on here for. If we're going to end up going 3 colors, this feels like it could be pretty good, turning excess lands into colors that we need. Because we got a little stuck here until we had the conduit pylons for black. But the deck is okay to function for the most part without it. So nice little win. Okay. Unfortunately, oh man, if this was like a blue mana, this would be such a good hand. I think we keep this conduit. Yeah, I think we keep this, and we'll just get rid of the Gigapede here. I'm gonna surveil first here. Clear shot needs to go because I need land here. Yep. I need the land. Hard Bristle Bandit. I think I have to pillage the bog here. Goodness. Both my Razzle Dazzlers. I mean, I think I just take the island, right? Kind of have no choice. This is a tough draw here. Hard Bristle Bandit played well, can generate them some pretty good mana. Okay. We'll see if they've run that Wily Duke out. This is a counter. It is what it is. Okay, got away with that, and I be able to get my Rooftop Assassin back. So that's all right. They've got one of their own. Pylons, very nice. A green mana here would be really good. Island and Final Showdown gets kicked. Wow. I actually don't mind this play, because then this keeps Metamorphic Blast up. And this is going to help me. I'm just going to take a basic forest here. I could also, this town ain't big enough. I could block. This town ain't big enough. Do I do that? I don't really want to ramp them, though. They have a combat trick. It is what it is. So far, we're making it. That Rooftop Assassin back. Okay. We can use the Silver Deputy to block the Patient Naturalist and kill it with Rooftop Assassin. This is actually pretty fine for me, because now I can, this town ain't big enough, the Silver Deputy if I want. Finding a second green source. Sure. 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 I think I take this trade. If I do that, that then costs 3. I do this now. That felt like a pretty good turn. We're definitely not out of the we're definitely not out of the boat here, but that's pretty insane. What did they get? They really didn't get a whole lot, which is awesome. I mean, they're going to be able to do all 3 of these, which is unfortunate. Man, another green source there would have been so good. I think Colossal Rattleworm here could be really good for me. I could use a card draw spell, a little bit more engine. Sure. Be blocked, sure. My Razzle Dazzler on the other side is a little tough. See what they attack with here. They have 2 mana open, 3 mana open technically. I run this out, I think. Absolutely putting it on the top. Well, then we block like this. I can't afford to take a ton of damage here, so just gonna jam the Rattle Worm. Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can do here. They've drawn so many cards. They've got Detour, Wealth, Final Showdown. I mean, this is just insane. I'm gonna take a lot of damage here. I guess I should have waited. This has Flash, though. Rutstein. They get the Ankle Biter back, which they can play as well. Rooftop Assassin. My Varmint here will be able to take the Stop Cold off. I just don't think I'm going to be able to... I don't think I can fight through this board state. I can Rooftop Assassin and Fake Your Own Death. That gives me 4. And keeps it in the field of play. Just pretty insane. Comes back, I get a treasure token. I'm not out of the woods here yet. I can't plot this. I can block. If they double spell here for Razzle Dazzler, it's over. And then only attack with it is the only thing I've got. Ten cards left. They've drawn so many lands. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, you just double spell. Good game. I couldn't stop the value there. Okay, all 3 colors. Dock into Rutstein could be quite good with Assassin backup. I think we keep. Fake Your Own Death. That's not bad. And the Blast, also quite good. Entertainer. We end the turn here. I don't want to Rutstein until something dies. Okay. A dance. Interesting. All right. Sure. Get to plot that for super cheap, which is pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with this exchange, I'm not gonna lie. Sure. This only costs 2 to plot. I think what I'm going to do here, play this. Play this. End the turn, and I'll keep up Fake Your Own Death here, because if they attack with the Cactarantula... I can throw the block with the Rictus Robber, fake your own death, and then get the 2/2 as well. Two cards in hand. It's going to have to be these two, I think. This is going to be really good value here. That dies, it returns. Boom, I get a 2/2. Do I want a Rutstein here? Probably Rutstein for the rooftop, right? Then I get to play Loan Shark. Draw the card. Let's get the attacks in. And then I get to Entertainer. That's huge. That was a huge swing. Yep, Pillage the Bog, pretty good. I get to look at a lot of cards. Rush of Dread, very good. But we were able to just kind of undervalue that. And Rutstein giving us the extra value. Plus, we're threatening the Rooftop Assassin, which is really nice. And I can Varmint and Rooftop Assassin same turn. I can even Varmint Entertainer and then Rooftop. They have to have something pretty impactful here. We don't attack with the Rutstein, but Loan Shark, the 2/2 and the 4/3 Rictus Robber can get in. Bristleback, sure. I mean, we could play the Rooftop Assassin aggressively as well. I mean, do we just attack with everything? And then I Rooftop Assassin whatever the Bristleback Sentry kills, which is likely either the Entertainment or the 2/2. They probably don't even do that. I think I do. Let's just put the pressure on here. Okay. Yeah, because now I just Rooftop that. That's dead. Punch it for 2 in the air if you don't have a removal spell. Very nice. Very, very nice. The fact that we were able to kind of get past a Rush of Dread that they hit for both sacrificing half our creatures and discarding half our cards, pretty dang good. Now, we didn't have a ton of creatures on the battlefield. We were making really good trades with those. And the best value play was Rictus Robber into the Cactarantula with our what do you call it here? With our Fake Your Own Death. That was just fantastic because we get both, right? This dying, we then get a 4/3 power and a 2/2 power creature. We take out their 6/5, and we don't have to trigger their card draw here on this, which is just so good. Such good value. This would have been really good in our deck with both the Desert and the Rutsteins that we have. So something to take a look at in the future. If we play green and we get the Rutstein and one of these and some Deserts in the right flow, we could be playing this on turn 4, which is pretty crazy to think about. Ooh. I'm gonna have to rely on Treasure Dredger or find a blue. I'm gonna try it. I shouldn't. I don't have any losses to give here. If I find a island, we're in great shape. We'll be in really good shape. It's not an island. All right, let's treasure dredger here. Please don't kill this. Ooh, Silver Deputy actually probably saves us. But do we throw from the saddle to kill the prairie? No, we don't. We gotta be smart here. Absolutely. Yeah, I attack if they're gonna take this trade. Which I did not think that they would. Keeps them honest, I guess. Makes Treasure Dredger a little less likely to get killed. Now, if they're incentivized, yeah, they're not going to play something, and I'm going to get some really good value off of this. What are they doing? Tumbleweed Rising? What I want to do here... I can't. What I would really like to do is throw from the saddle... I'm not going to be able to get the damage. And the treasure token. If I do a treasure token... I can't play this. I would have to play this and then... No, I can't do both. All right. Giant Beaver. Oh, they make a 4/4. That's a good turn for them. 2 4/4s is going to be hard for me to deal with. They make a treasure token. They can saddle this and then make this a 5/5. That's rough. That's rough. I might be in trouble here. Then they can saddle it, and it has vigilance. Woo! I am in big trouble here. Big trouble. Interesting. I mean, I block this. I take the 4. I'm not gonna... I'm surprised they don't saddle that and make that bigger. It's +1/+1. I could Entertainer... and then Clear Shot and kill the 4/4. Entertainer becomes a chump blocker here. I gotta figure out a way to get rid of this giant beaver. Okay, now I gotta figure out a way to get rid of a 7/7. saddle it. Yeah. I think I take the 5 here. I don't have a choice. I have to seize. I think the only card that saves me here is This Town Ain't Big Enough. I mean, Rattleworm can come in. Problem is, that's a 5/6. I'm a mana short, man. That's such a good block, too. That's such a good block. Oh. One more mana to get Doc out. One more to get the Doc out. I mean, there's just nothing I can do there, right? Entertainer, like nothing else helps me there. One more life. We're so far. We're so far from even being able to be in that game because this just keeps me from taking lethal at this point. But like the next draw, if the next draw would have been This Town Ain't Big Enough, I bounce both of these back. They get the bridal bighorn back in. Like, then we're just ripping off the top. Oh, that stinks. The only other thing that we would have been able to do, well, if we would have did that, that would have been 5. Yeah. So like, it doesn't really matter. Oh, that was close. We could have potentially survived that last turn, but they had some solid green-white. I do want to make this deck, I think, the green-white saddle deck seems like it could be pretty fun, so GG's. Okay, well, we start 2-1. We finish 4-3. Pick up 2 wins, 2 losses. The nice part here, getting to 4 wins is kind of the big jump. Between 4 and 5 wins is what you want to shoot for in these for the most part, because you either lose just a little bit of gems or we make a little bit of gems, and then obviously if we can excel past that. The deck was pretty good. The mana was a little tough. That's probably my biggest complaint. We didn't have some of the really good fixers, although I did like Silver Deputy. Thought this was pretty solid for the most part. I did not dislike this card. I wasn't super high on this, but if you're looking for some fixing, there's some pretty good options. And this feels like a format where 3 colors is going to be not necessary, but I feel like a lot of times it's kind of forcing you in just because there's so many, 2-color casted cost creatures and spells. Things like this, we unfortunately really didn't get to use. I think over the course of the games, when we used Crime and Punishment once, I think this Town Ain't Big Enough was really good. A couple of these were really nice. Colossal Rattleworm was really cool. A couple instances we got to play. Clear Shot was great, as you would imagine. I don't think I saw Shoot the Sheriff. This would have been another interesting one. In that matchup specifically, this card would have been absolutely amazing. We've been able to shoot the Beaver and or the Bighorn or their big tumbleweed creature. We didn't see any of the tumbleweeds in the draft. We didn't see any Outcast or Green Blades. We did have another throw from the saddle, but I chose to go with Clear Shot over a second variation of that. Probably was, I don't know. I guess we could take a look and see what makes the most sense there. Pillage the Bog was fine. I don't think I would take this card that highly. And honestly, in many of the matchups, I probably would have just preferred a throw from the saddle or even a Snakeskin Veil, to be honest with you, in that instance. So other than that, performed pretty well, just about where I thought. Happy we were able to pick up 4 wins, and we'll be back with more. I'm enjoying the format. I'm enjoying these premier drafts as we have kicked off into February, kind of work on grinding our rank back up a little bit as well. So flash some socials if you enjoyed. Thank you so very much for checking this out. Help us get to 1,000 subs, their first big channel milestone. Hit that subscribe button for me. We'd really appreciate it. Likes and comments are great. If you want to check out our Discord, pop over there, links in the description. We have 2 other channels if you want to check those out as well. And in addition to MTG Arena content, every Wednesday we do pack openings, collector boosters, play booster boxes. We're going to have Innistrad Remastered up this week, our first product of that, so very excited. Did a play booster box and 2 collector boosters. Both booster boxes were quite good for us, so really happy with that. Play booster box was actually pretty solid too, so be sure to check all of that good stuff out. We should be starting up a shorts series back on the channel as well. That did pretty good over the holiday season, so we're going to get back into that a little bit. So hopefully you enjoyed. Check out all that good stuff, and we'll be sure to catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.